Hello, my loves. Right, I am doing a corally beautiful holiday set for my lovely friend Ella. Um, it's a bit disjointed because my light was in the way of filming. I am so sorry, but it's been busy. So this week I've given Mr. B the task of solving my filming problem. Isn't he lucky? So what I've done is built a clear base with Diamond Nail Supplies Clarity and filed that into shape, and now I'm going in with Coral Bay. This particular bead I put on was too wet and sloppy. It's my fault. Because it's warm, I keep trying to compensate by picking up wetter beads when I don't need to, because I've got my monomer at the right temperature. It's just a subconscious thing that I used to do before I sort of knew about like putting ice around your monomer and stuff like that. So it's kind of like an old habit. But yeah, I'm blending it back because it's going to be an ombre nail. Now the pinky I will show you in a minute, on the other hand, because this particular pinky didn't get in frame. As always, my brush is my Glitter Planet size 10 aqua brush. It's my fave, and that bit of metal you can see is my Valentino dust collector. I have it going all the time because it helps with the dust and the fumes, so it's just always there. So if you wonder what it is, that's what it is. Okay, we're doing a marble now. I've picked up a bead of Brilliance from Diamond Nail Supplies and a bead of Coral Bay, just to get that little mix at the cuticle nice and neat. I don't need to swirl them and mess about because it's just a thin wash. Nice and gentle with the brush. Just tap and drag, and then that's it. You've got your base then. Then I'm going to go in with individual beads, and it's actually a tricolour marble. That means 3. So I'm going to put a bead down of Coral Bay, and then a bead of Stardust. So Stardust is a holographic superfine silver acrylic. It's beautiful. That's from Diamond Nail Supplies as well. So I wanted to do 3 of them, but I didn't want to pick up the 3 beads at the same time because I try to keep it controlled. Sometimes I do pick up beads that are too big, and then I'm like, oh, I just feel like I'm working too fast, and I'm not. I prefer to sort of be a bit more methodical and not chase it around. I know there's other nail techs that can put massive beads on of like 4 colours and just go swish, swish, swish. But in my brain, even though I can do it, my brain is going, so I just don't. I don't do it. Like here, I was like, oh no, it's too big. Oh my god. I just don't like it. It panics me. Even though it was fine. I think I just prefer to work in smaller beads. It's like I use a smaller brush. A lot of people say, oh, what brush do you'd use a 14 or a 16? I'm like, no, a 10. I don't like using big brushes. Okay, now I've got this beautiful glitter from Smileys. I've had it for ages, and it's called Lush Peach Gold Effect. I think I got it like a year or 2 ago. It's like, well, it is what it says. It's like a peachy colour with gold shimmer. You'll see it more in a minute. And I'm going in here and there with little bits of the Stardust, which is the silver holographic, and then little bits of the glitter. That's from Smiley's Glitter Store. Can't remember if I said. It's really early in the morning, and I've had very little sleep because our daughter got back from her army stuff over in France like early hours of this morning, so I'm tired. But my alarm still goes off at 6 a.m, so I have to get up. So yeah, this is kind of like a sparkly, smooshy, beautiful nail. Onto the index finger. This is going to be a glitter ombre nail. I can't stop it now, I've started it. I swear there's something wrong with my brain. So I'm going to lay down a bead. This is my favourite cover colour. It's Exposed from Diamond Nail Supplies, and it just seems to match everybody. It's really beautiful colour. So I've bled the back of the bead slightly, but not too much, because I want it to flow. But I want that kind of depth of colour at the cuticle as well. And then I can just feather it down the nail towards the free edge and let it kind of graduate through. Oh, big words for first thing in the morning. And I'm just going to tuck my brush in around that cuticle, make it nice and neat. Now, I keep getting asked about timings again. Please don't rush when you're doing people's nails, because I find myself rushing. And you know, the stupidest thing, when I just do my job and just focus on the nails, I work so much faster. If I talk too much, I work slower. And if I try to work fast, I work slower or make more mistakes that I have to correct. So just go with it, because I did a really nice set the other day, and when I looked back at my time, it was like 1 hour 45 for a sculpted design set with crystals, and I couldn't believe it. But when I kept trying to replicate it, it kept coming in at like 2 hours, 2 hours 50, and I was like, why can I not replicate that speed? Don't worry about it. So all I've done on that glitter ombre was just take that Lush peach gold effect and then ombre it up from the tip towards the cuticle. Here's the pinky that I promised you. So this is a whole nail of Lush peach gold effect. So I've dipped my brush into a nice bead of clear, not too big, and then dip that into the glitter very gently, really gentle. The glitter will just suck up to it. Don't splat it, because then it will just stick to your pot. And I'm going to leave a little bit of this tip clear, just a small bit. And if the nail is wet, I will simply tap in extra glitter if I need it. But if I need to position that glitter precisely, I will pick it up with a tiny little wet bead, just so I can almost draw with it. So we've just swooshed it down to one side. Very simple, very nice. Okie dokie, on to this nail. It's going to be an ombre nail. So I've placed a bead on. This bead was again a little bit wet. My error. It's my fault. I was nattering non-stop as well. Oh dear. So this is going to be an ombre nail, so I'm just laying the Coral Bay colour down, tapping it into place, just a little tappy tap tap, and feathering it back very gently and very softly. It blends really easily. It's easy. It's an easy colour to ombre. Super, super easy. And then we've zoomed over to the thumb, because you didn't get the thumb on the other hand. So the thumb is just a full nail of coral. Very simple. Just tap it. Drag it down the nail. And that's it. And then all I did was speckled the gold on it. So I'll show you in a second. But yeah. Right, I need to ask you guys. I've been asked to do the video of how I keep my monomer clean and my brush clean when I'm working with colours. And so I don't have to change out my monomer. I mean, sometimes I do, but it's very, very rare now. I'm pretty good. I've kind of got it down to a T with this monomer saving malarkey. And I've been asked to do a kind of clean with me of how I clean this. I never even thought of doing anything like this. How I like tidy up after someone's bin, because apparently some people like watching them. Now, there is a nail tech. What's her name? Talia. I used to watch Talia's clean down videos. I know organisation ones. I don't even know why. I just fascinated. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's really early. But if you want me to do one, there will be bits that you don't see me do because I don't do it. So like Mr. B hoovers the salon for me because I can't. It really hurts my back and my legs, so I don't do it. So I've got problems with my joints and stuff like that. So the big hefty jobs, like to me, that's a big job. He does that for me. He's really sweet. But I can show you everything else. I'm happy to do that. So let me know in the comments if you want to kind of tidy up with me, chit chat type thing. And yeah, so I'm capping now. Now, as you noticed, I've not put that bead right at the cuticle because I don't need to. There's a strength cover powder there. My structure's there. I just need to cover my design work. That's all I need to do. And make sure that I've got the correct structure running through the nail. So I'll look down, I'll tilt the finger up, look down the barrel of the nail. And I'm just checking. And then I'll just place a little bead on if I need to. And you'll notice that I often wet the nail down before I cap it. And that's because I've got glitter on there and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that everything's nice and damp with monomer, so that the bead just kind of goes and caps everything without leaving any air bubbles, any gaps, any bits that aren't quite covered properly. So I always do that as well. Place the bead on, tuck it in with the very tip of my brush and just work it down the nail. And I kind of use a tapping and dragging motion. Oh, there was a bit there. See, I didn't clean my brush off and a little bit had stuck to it. Now you will find with a marble nail that you've got undulations. So you've got dips and divots and raised bits because you've added product in bulky areas. If you've got massive mountains of product and you're like, shit, I'm going to have to file that off now. What's the point? You're adding big beads. Just slow it down, add smaller beads and take your time. Seriously, it will. I mean, I used to try and add these big ass beads and I just ended up with puke on a nail. I mean, it was a mess. So just small beads. Don't even worry. I mean, you're making something pretty. You don't have to slap it on in massive beads and get in a pickle with it. Don't stress. Smaller beads and you've got more control, and then when you feel more confident, if you want to use bigger beads you can, but you don't have to. There's no law. So I'm adding bits of clear where I feel that there are little dips from the marbling, and then I'm looking down the barrel of the nail, judging it, looking from the side, looking at it, smoothing it out, all that malarkey. Onto the index finger. Again, I don't need to place my bead right at the cuticle. There's no need. So I'll start it just a little bit further down from the cuticle and I'll push it back up and blend it in, and then I'll cap all that glitter. I haven't taken my hay fever meds this morning, so I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Don't sneeze! Again, I've just decided to place a little bead at the tip there, just to even it out, so I'm going to feather that back. I don't get shadowing with Diamond Nail Supply, so I'm not stressed ever about shadowing, which is great. Okay, so I'm doing the same. I'm wetting down the nail. Now some of this is out of shot, so I will skip it once you've got the basic down. So I've placed the bead on just in front of the cuticle and then I'm nudging it back into place. And then I kind of take the end of the bead and drag it forward. So I'm leaving that bit where the apex should be. Don't need a huge apex though. Onto top coating, Diamond Nail Supply's Tack Free Top Shine. This is a file off top coat, which I love because doing nails myself, it means that when I'm using acetone and stuff, I've got a protective layer. It's like a gel. It doesn't react to acetone, so I don't lose the shine on my nails. Bloody love it. This was quite an interesting challenge because Ella wanted her nails left the length they were underneath, so I couldn't cut them back. and she had a bit of length, so I had to fit the forms around her nails, which is new for me. Normally I'm like, they're coming off. But she said, please don't cut my nails. So I didn't. Ooh, shiny. And I've left a couple of photos at the end. Everything that I've used will be in the description box, and if I've got any discount codes, they will be in the description box, and the links to websites will be in the description box. So I'll put a link to my brush as well. I used to have a discount code for Glitter Planet, but I think she does sparkle points now, so you're probably better off using that, to be fair, because I don't even know if my discount code's still active, because it's all changed, hasn't it? And it was under my old name as well. In fact, did you know, here's a little fact for you, Lorna was the first person to give me a discount code for my followers, even when I was a teeny tiny channel. Yep. I don't make any money off it, it's just for you guys. In fact, I am only an affiliate for one brand, and that is Angel Crystals. The rest I just promote or, share with other people. And the discount codes don't make me any pennies. They're just for you guys. So we have tab coded, and that's that. I'll leave you with these images, and I'll see you in my next video. Tally bye!